Good Father's Day Sunday, everybody. Meteorologist Johnny Lively for a quick little radar update. We've got lots of heavy rainfall going on this morning across pretty much a good portion of southeast Texas, even into southwest Louisiana. We've got flash flood warnings in portions of southeast Texas. The most current one is in portions of Mid County, Nederland, Port Arthur, and then this has just been extended into portions of Beaumont where we're starting to see 2 to 3 inches of rain. Areas like into Groves, Port Arthur, especially Groves into Bridge City, up to, let's see, the latest is showing up to 6.5 up to 7.5 inches of rain into portions of Groves and into Bridge City. And because of this, we've seen some flooding on the streets, and also water is already starting to go into some homes that we're starting to see some from our comments and people sending in pictures and videos. This is unfortunate. Now, if we zoom out, we expect this to kind of continue off and on the rest of the morning because we have another big round that's going on over here just on the east side of Houston. This is just east of Baytown. Heavy rainfalls from Seabrook really getting into the Anahuac region. This is pushing into the I-10 corridor and will continue getting into portions of Liberty really in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So this big, large cluster right here, areas like Liberty, DeZetta, Devers, Nome, and even China, keep an eye on this because this will continue drifting off towards the northeast. So areas like Lumberton, Silsbee, and even Beaumont continue to keep watching this because more rounds of heavy rain will kind of continue the rest of this morning. What's going on in Corpus has got to somewhat kind of ride the coast, but we're going to continue seeing this rounds coming out of Texas City, Lake Jackson, League City. This will continue kind of going off into this general direction. This will continue riding that I-10 and Highway 90 corridor. So areas for the Lakes region like Livingston to Woodville and Jasper, you're going to continue seeing rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms the rest of this morning as well too. But the flood risks right now that could be a flood risk over there towards parts of Livingston, but right now the biggest flood concern is in portions of the I-10 down towards the coast. But areas, again, this is a large cluster. This is moving into Liberty County, and then areas like Devers, DeZetta, Kuntz, Sour Lake, Nome, China, Lumberton, Silsbee. Keep watching this because this will get into your areas in the next couple of hours. But for the areas that have been having lots of heavy rainfall, let me switch over to the Lake Charles radar. I wouldn't say we're getting a break. We're starting to see this, instead of it being red, very, very heavy, it is kind of going more to the moderate rain, but we still have some isolated areas that are still getting very heavy. We're seeing this kind of spread more into the Beaumont region, but very heavy rainfall still ongoing from portions of Nederland, Port Arthur, Bridge City, especially into the Groves region. Again, 6 to 7 inches of rain from Groves into portions of Bridge City. This is where we see this flash flood warning going on at least until 10 o'clock this morning. This one is until 9:45. I would imagine these will be extended because, again, we zoom out, we still have more rain off towards the southwest that will be pushing into these areas. So let's go into this little show that we kind of have here. You can see that it's just very explosive right along the Texas coastline with some very strong thunderstorms, heavy rainfall. Some of these echo tops are 40, 50, 60,000 feet. So really, it's just focused right along the Texas coastline into portions of southwest Louisiana. This is going to continue the rest of the morning into the early afternoon. The heaviest has been concentrated. Some of the Lakes region has got up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, but areas pretty much Houston to Beaumont down towards the coast, that's where the heaviest you can see from Lake Jackson into Alvin, into Anahuac and Baytown, but the heaviest is over here into portions of Nederland, especially Port Arthur, into Groves, into Bridge City, Groves and into Bridge City up to 7. So looking at the latest, almost 7.5, approaching 8 inches of rain into Bridge City. When it's all said and done this morning, I mean, 9, 10, possibly up to 12 inches of rain is on the table for these areas. I mean, another 3 inches of rain is definitely likely. Isolated areas the rest of this morning could get slightly higher. So if you put all the math together, I mean, these areas have already got 6.5, 7.5 inches of rain. Another 3 inches is likely. They could at least get up to 10 inches of rain this morning. So the flood concern definitely continues for portions of Beaumont into China, Vidor, but really this bullseye of from Lamar University into Mid-County, Port Arthur, especially Groves, Bridge City, and Orange, this flood threat will continue the rest of the morning. If we look at the flood threat, you actually see there is a slight risk for pretty much the I-10 coastal areas of Texas into southwest Louisiana. There is a risk for flooding. We're seeing that right now. Looking at the rainfall rainfall outlook, today is the highest risk for rain. The rest of the week, we pretty much dry out. I'm not saying we go rain free, could see an isolated shower or storm this week, but after today, we definitely start drying out. We don't need to see the current temperatures, but later today, we will get very hot and humid once this rain kind of pushes out by this afternoon. By early to middle afternoon, we definitely should start clearing out. The heaviest of rain is right now. Let me switch back over to the Houston radar. Again, the heaviest is not in Houston. It's just east of Houston, but we still will continue to watch all of this rain down here. Let me move my head out of the way. We'll still continue to keep watching all of this rain in Corpus Christi. This is not very accurate because this is using the Houston radar. I can't switch over to this, but you can see that there's still rain ongoing in Corpus. This has somewhat got to kind of ride the coast, and so we'll continue seeing the rounds of locally heavy rainfall from Lake Jackson, League City, Houston, especially Baytown. The rest of this morning, this is all got to continue to keep riding the coastal areas and going into or going down portions of I-10 into Highway 90. So the heaviest right now, it is going on in Beaumont, Mid-County, Nederland, Port Arthur, Groves, into Bridge City and Orange, into sections of Silsbee and Lumberton. You can see it up here in Livingston and Woodville, but some of the heaviest now is definitely now focused into Anahuac, just east of pretty much, or really into Baytown, just east of Baytown. This is a very large cluster. Let me kind of highlight this. I'll put this in blue. Maybe it stands out a little bit, but this shade right here, this large cluster, we definitely want to continue to keep watching this. This is at least 3 to 5 inches of, per hour rainfall rates that we're seeing. This is moving into the Liberty region. So even areas like Beaumont continue to keep watching this, but areas like Nome, China, Sour Lake, Kuntz, Hardin County, this should get into your region in the next couple of hours, and we're going to see this bring the potential for some flooding ongoing in the next couple of hours. So heavy rainfall still continues the next couple of hours. Let me clear this. Very active radar, just trying to show that we've got a pretty long morning. Hopefully we can get some areas that are still having the flash flood warnings. Maybe we can catch some breaks to where this can allow us to drain a little bit, but just wanting to show that we still have more rounds of locally heavy rainfall off towards the west that is drifting off towards the north-northeast. So we will continue to see this rounds of heavy rainfall the rest of this morning. By the lunchtime hours, I'm sure this will still go on, but we should start clearing out by early to middle afternoon. This will continue drifting off towards the north-northeast, getting into portions of Louisiana, but definitely the heaviest is right now this morning. Put this in motion. You can kind of see kind of the way this is moving. Again, we need to, for areas like Beaumont, Port Arthur, Bridge City and Orange, and even southwest Louisiana, we're going to continue watching off towards the southwest like League City and Galveston and that Anahuac region, because that will continue to drift towards our region. And again, if we zoom out, you still have more over there towards Corpus Christi. Now, this more so does go offshore, but this can still sling more moisture, more rain our way the rest of the morning into the lunchtime hours. And then by this early to afternoon, we'll check back in to see if we finally start kind of clearing out. But the heaviest coverage and the best chance for some flooding is definitely right now. So thanks for tuning in to our Sunday morning updates. Sorry this video is so long. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I am very sorry for the flooding that we're seeing in some of these areas, especially like Groves into Port Arthur and Bridge City and Orange, but we still continue to see this back building. We continue to see some heavy rainfall. It's just not moving in this region, but again, we still have more off towards the west, so a pretty active morning will continue. We'll keep doing really Facebook posts. These videos, they are very important, but for some reason, because of the Facebook algorithm, these videos do not get shown as much. So these radar pictures do the best. We'll try to do our best posting in the pictures what to expect, how long, the movement, how much rain is expected. These videos we'll try to keep doing, but the pictures seem to do the best, reaching the most people. It's not that we're trying to get the likes, the shares, and the views. We're just trying to make sure this messaging is definitely getting out there. So we'll keep doing radar posts, but if you have not yet, please go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. You will get all the watches and all the warnings that you need 24/7 around the clock. Again, we've got some heavy rainfall that continues to back build over the same general regions. We're going to continue seeing flooding, especially in these areas that have already seen flooding. I apologize for what's going on right now, but we're going to stick through this together. We're going to get through this together. Stay updated. Please download our app. And again, keep following us along on Facebook for more additional updates. Hang in there, stay dry, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.